Parsons has been sent to the Green Bay Packers.
I wish things didn't have to be like this, but I'm happy to be here.
Leave a legacy.
There's no bad feelings on my part.
The Parsons Project is underway. I'm a legend, they'll remember me.
The return of the prodigal Parsons making his comeback to Dallas. Danny loved it.
Well done.
Cowboys traded the pass rusher to the Packers. You know the story by now. Jerry Jones says this week the team has no plans to officially honor their former star. Micah says that's fine with him.
There's a lot of things I can consider disrespectful throughout this process, but I wouldn't say the tribute is one of them. I would say, I just think, there's hard feelings maybe there for them, but, for me, I'm happy where I'm at. And we got a really good football team, so I guess I can give you my tribute and a win, I hope.
By his standards, that's pretty restrained. Right? It's a pretty good response. Right? Like, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah,
You're asking that question. Having been a reporter, you ask him that question, you get that answer, you're a little disappointed. Like, Micah, we were looking for something else.
Funniest thing ever would be the Cowboys giving him a podcast tribute, like a highlight tape of his best podcast.
Some of the one-liners from the podcast.
Just put those up on the huge screen at Jerry World. It's an interesting game. I got to tell you, Dan, it feels...
No, it's not.
It's not an interesting game.
Cowboys are going to get boat race.
Boat race.
Cowboys are going to get whooped. And this offense without CeeDee Lamb, and with two offensive linemen out, going against this defensive line, that's one of, if not the best pass rushing defensive lines in football.
Yeah.
They're going to get smoked. And then this defense going against Jordan Love in this offense that's going to hunt big plays in chunks, and they can't rush the passer. They've blown coverages. The best case scenario for the Cowboys is keeping this thing under 3 touchdowns.
Whoa.
That's how this game will go.
Whoa. And by the way, Dallas has got some major injuries. Let's just point them out again. CeeDee Lamb has a high ankle sprain, 3 to 4 weeks. Their first-round draft pick, Tyler Booker, has a high ankle sprain, 4 to 6 weeks. DeRon Bland has a foot injury. He's back at practice this week, and they do think he'll be able to go. And there's a question mark about Trayvon Diggs and his shoulder injury. But you mentioned all the issues that the Dallas Cowboys have. We're talking about the injuries. The other issue they have is that Green Bay's coming off a loss to the Cleveland Browns. You're going to get a salty Green Bay Packer team on Sunday night. They're not going to play a game like that 2 weeks in a row.
No, they're definitely catching him at the wrong time. Micah's going to go off. He might have 4+ sacks in this game. And to your point, it's almost exhibit A of why Jerry Jones needs to relinquish GM duties. Because this defense has literally set their entire team and organization back. Because even for that defensive backfield, where it seems like everything is open sesame down the field, well, that's what's happened when you don't have a pass rush and have Micah Parsons in the lineup.
I think one of the things we'll see is the difference in the rosters. I mean, the Packers have a Super Bowl caliber roster.
Yep.
Cowboys aren't even close. And so that's the thing that you'll see difference-wise. And we talk about Micah and the defense. This defensive line, it's like the super teams from the WNBA.
Yeah.
It's not just Micah Parsons. Now, I love the fact that they've weaponized them. They're just trying to create all these one-on-ones. Micah's in the middle now as an off-ball linebacker. They just want their 5 pass rushers. Micah Parsons, Lucas Van Ness, Rashawn Gary. Everybody gets one-on-ones. Somebody win. That's the goal. That's the concept. This time they pressure Edgerrin Cooper. And so I don't need Michael to win every play. I don't need Rashawn Gary to win every play. I don't need Lucas Van Ness to win every play. I just need one of those guys to win at a time. And then as an offense, you're like, oh my gosh, Micah, Gary, Van Ness, they're all at the line of scrimmage. And all of a sudden it goes from a 5-man pressure and you think man coverage to a crazy cover 2. They spin out and you're going to see Dak going, I don't know what the coverage is and forcing the football. So this is so much more. Micah leads the NFL in pressures at 14. Rashawn Gary has 9 and he leads the NFL in sacks at 4.5. And Lucas Van Ness has 7. This is a defensive line that's as good as anybody's.
This is the perfect tune-up game for the Packers. They dropped the ball versus the Cleveland Browns. They should have won that game. They dominated most of that game, at least defensively. They were in a position to win, and they dropped it. They're going to be mad. They're going to come into this game offensively for Matthew Golden, who is their first-round receiver. They have not drafted a first-round receiver in years. If he gets on the same page with Jordan Love, this is the perfect game to do so. These are 2 clips from the game against the Commanders where it should have been a touchdown. Jordan Love, short arms the throw. The next one, this would have been a 90-plus yard touchdown. He overthrows him. And even last week against the Cleveland Browns, they actually hit on it. But as you see, Matthew Golden kind of lets his body control take him out of Browns, and this should have been another 80-plus yard touchdown to seal the win for them. This is the week to get on the same page because the Cowboys defense, as we talked about, will give you all of those same opportunities.
Look, you would have taken that to the house.
To the house, no question.
You would have taken that to the house. And by the way,
me.
there's no team that's been more at home in Jerry's world than the Green Bay Packers. 6-0. They've never lost a game there.
That's crazy.
They've been there 6 times.
This game will look
Great
like that
stat.
playoff game from 2 or 3 years ago.
I'm very worried about the Cowboys. I think there's cause to be. If you think about it in the bigger picture, Shefty, a month ago today, you would have said the Cowboys' 2 best players were C.D. Lamb and Micah Parsons. One of them isn't playing, and the other one's playing on the other team. So this is obviously a disaster scenario, and I fear the Cowboys are on the verge of slipping out of this thing. This could get away from their season, with C.D. Lamb out, whatever it's going to be, 4 weeks. Jerry was talking about IR this week.
Right.
It could get away from them quickly.
And I think we find that on Saturday if they put C.D. Lamb on injury reserve. But I think the Dallas Cowboys are in a spot that a lot of teams find themselves in. This week we saw some teams change their offensive coordinator. We saw them move offensive coordinators down to the field. The reality is we're headed into the 4th week of the season. And when the season starts out 3 weeks ago, everybody feels like they found the draft pick that's going to step in. Everybody feels like they're going to make the playoffs. Everybody feels like they've turned around their team. And a quarter of the way into the season, reality sets in.
Yeah.
The truth surfaces, and there are teams and organizations that realize we've got holes, we've got problems, we've got issues, and now the pressure mounts.
Yeah, and in some cases, panic sets in, and I think we've seen it. All right, that's an interesting game in a weekend filled with...
All right, family, y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, subscribe, share. I just know that boy Micah Parsons, he gonna dominate. He gonna dominate Sunday against the Packers. He gonna dominate. Hold on, and that's a Sunday night game? Oh yeah, he gonna for sure dominate that. Everybody gonna be watching that game. But family, y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm out.